Alright, well, yeah, I just got a, I got, quite a bit to finish. Well, I finished the sketch yesterday, so yeah, I just gotta do line art and basically, do the rest because the sketch is basically sort of the easiest part. I mean, there's really nothing about nothing about the other processes that's easier than a sketch. So, oh boy, what is happening? Oh, my mouse is over there. Okay. Nope, I do not want to combine over there. All right. Well, yeah, I think my my window's definitely smaller. Too small for streaming. My screen tablet is a bit too small for streaming, so that isn't quite the, I'm definitely at a disadvantage, but that's fine. But yeah, just chilling and, oops, I hit my mic. Yeah, I don't even have a tablet stand. I should probably get one. It's probably for the best or whatever, right? Does it show rotations now that I think about it on the navigator? It does not. Oh, I accidentally pressed something, I think. Yep, I did. Huh. What? Hold up. That's not... Okay, yeah, it is. Huh, that's weird, I guess. Huh. I'm definitely not used to, definitely not used to... What is it called? Definitely not used to drawing while streaming, so yeah, I mean the mic just makes it pretty awkward for for my hand to be anywhere, so I'm definitely not used to it. How would I do this? Yeah, oof. Hold up, my color set is sort of blocking everything else. How do people do this, man? I mean, my color set is pretty much, yeah, I mean, it's pretty much the only thing. Okay, this should be fine, I think. Sorry about that. There's a bit of construction going on. I'm trying to see if I should, yeah, I don't know. I do kind of want to do the more painter-esque sort of style, but I'm not even sure. So you don't know what a painter-esque style is. If you follow someone by the name of Dino_Illus, so Illus like ILLUS on Twitter, that's more or less their style of art, or hide, or ide, or tobacco on Twitter at TABAKKO. They both have some pretty nice painter-esque style illustrations, which is just really cool. But yeah, I am sort of tempted to try and do that for this one. Yeah, I mean, I always wanted to sort of try it, but I don't think my rendering is remotely even good enough to do any of that, so I'm going to try pretty hard, but I am tempted. But they do everything on a single layer, which is hard. I guess I definitely don't have the confidence to sort of pull that out, I guess. So if I was them, I would start with the cube, which I did for the for the sketch, right? So for the sketch, I started with the cube first, and then I did the general stuff. Yeah, I think I won't do it for an actual piece. I don't think. I mean, I do it for, just trying. I'll do this. I'll do this for in my usual style, and then I'll do a practice round with it. I think that's the safest route. But yeah, I should probably stop talking and I should probably start drawing. Because I think that is, yeah, I mean, last time I didn't do crap, so, yeah, last time I procrastinated so hard. Sorry, I just gotta, I'm naming like my layers like any other good artist should. Some people don't even name their layers, which I'm like, how? How do you navigate around like all these layers if you can't even like know what you're drawing? And I don't know. Yeah, I'm genuinely confused as to how people can not name their layers when it comes to art. So yeah, it's sort of a shame that the navigator is the exact. Oh, okay, never mind. It shows a red square as to where I'm at, which is interesting, I think. Definitely not used to drawing like this, but it should be fine. I should probably lower the opacity of everything. Alright, my planning layer is still there, so I'll turn that off. And then I'll keep my SketchUp. I'll keep the details at probably like 40 opacity, maybe, possibly. I'll keep the instructions up, because, yeah, why not? The biggest pain about doing this afterwards is probably going to be rearranging everything, so then it all works properly again. But yeah, probably shouldn't be too much of a problem, I think. Otherwise, I am screwed. But yeah, I mean, I realize why now artists like to not speak while they're streaming, because they get easily distracted by everything. I totally don't have that problem. I do have that problem. I procrastinated so hard last time I was drawing and then doing art at the same time. But I think that, well, that was really early on when I first like started streaming, so I sucked at sort of multitasking to begin with. But now I have a lot more experience in doing sort of other things, so at the same time. So I think that I should be able to manage both of it, both doing multiple things at the same time. Also, just as a fun fact for dice, if you aren't familiar with what dice, not with what dice like, if you aren't familiar with the arrangement of the digits of a dice, so you know how dice have a number. So pretend this is a 6 or whatever, right? If you go directly to the other side of it, it'll be a 1, and that's because all the opposite sides of a dice actually combine to make a 7, right? So if one side is a 5, then the other side has to be a 2. If one side is a 3, then the other side has to be a 4. If one side is a 1, then the other side has to be a 6. So yeah, so that's how the digits of a dice usually work. And if in any case they don't actually do that, then there's a chance that you might be close to you might be playing a game with a cheater, or the dice might be rigged in some way. Yeah, actually, now that I think about it, I should probably do this. So what I actually plan to do is because Bae is the agent of chaos, or the incarnation of chaos, or whatever, what I plan to do is that this is actually going to be a rigged dice. Oh, no, I should probably do it in blue. So this is going to be a rigged dice, right? So what this means is that this is probably going to be a 4, and this is going to be a 3. I don't know why I wrote one in letters and the other one in like numbers or numerical form. Don't ask me why. I never know what I'm doing, so yeah. But yeah, so this is mainly to be like, yeah, she's chaotic, and maybe an agent of chaos likes to potentially cheat here and there. You never know. But yeah, how would I do this? Oh, yeah, right. I'm probably gonna need to make some circles because I can't draw circles for the life of me. So how will I do this? Right. Huh. Right, so I'll just do this. Yeah, sure. Oh, nope. Oh, boy. Alright, there. I'll just copy paste these circles. It's the most effective way of doing anything, I guess, of making sure everything is somewhat similar to some degree. Because I can't do that. Huh. Wait, hold up. How about now? Nope. Why is this not working? Usually the Control C and the Control V work. Maybe I'm just really dumb sometimes. And I already know the answer to that. It's because I am. Hold up, I'll just, oh, balls. Okay, there we go. You know what, I'll just do this, and then I'll, do that. Yeah, okay. Safest route is doing this. Wait, I only need to do that. What am I doing? Okay, hold up. Okay, there we go. Alright, well, it's fine. It's gonna be distorted anyways. They won't notice, right? Yeah, I mean, I can't draw circles for the life of me, so this is what you'll get. So yeah, I'll just copy paste this circle once more, and then I'll merge. Was it this one? Yep. I'll merge this one with this one. There we go. And now I'll merge selected layers, and then I'll control this, and yep. Alright, same difference, right? They won't know the difference in any way, shape, or form, because that is how it works. Yeah, okay. I'll merge selected layers, there we go. And that should be fine, yep. They should all be one singular block, like so. And yeah, I just gotta free transform it. Oh boy. Can you guys even see the transformation process? I think, okay, yeah, you can. How? Okay, so you can't see it in real time. It's when the, okay, yeah, so that's how it works. Okay, that's pretty cool, actually. Man, there's still so many functions of Clip Studio Paint that I'm still learning about. Yeah, it's just an interesting thing, I guess, to sort of see, because yeah, who doesn't like to constantly learn about the who doesn't like to constantly learn about things? I mean, to me, I'm gonna speak like an old man, as I usually do. Yeah, but to me, just discovering new things is such a fun process of life. But yeah, it's just, yeah, I mean, it's why it's kind of cool, like, looking at conspiracy theories and whatnot, is that sometimes they're really outlandish, but, every sort of myth, every sort of legend has some sort of basis behind them. And as a matter of fact, a lot of them do actually have some sort of basis behind them, which just makes it overall really interesting to, sort of see and sort of develop. And that's why I do really like looking at conspiracy theories, no matter how ridiculous they are. I mean, it's always an interesting thing to sort of stumble upon and be like, oh, so yeah, so there is like some sort of basis behind them, and you know, maybe this could be true, maybe it isn't, and that's fine, right? I don't know what I'm talking about. But yeah, conspiracy theories are fun. I never really take them seriously, but in the event that they are true, then you know, I know some knowledge about them. I mean, they always make for great conversation starters, even though you don't really think about them all that much. Um, but yeah. Um, Also, in case you didn't realize, the line art is actually purple, and the reason why it's purple is because I like purple, and that's basically the only reason why the line art is purple. I mean, if you like the great thing about art is if you like something, then do it, right? There's not really a good way to art, and there's not really a bad way to art. You just gotta, you know, if you want to do it, then just do it, right? I mean, no one's really stopping you all that much, as long as, you know, you're not exploiting other people and you're not trying to step over anyone else's toes. And that's fine. I think that applies to everything, right? But yeah, I just gotta finish this for whatever reason. But yeah. My keyboard is like off to the side, so every time I need to name a layer, I have to like turn to the side and be like, oh yeah, I need to crack my back to name a layer or something, but that's fine, right? More, I think, yeah. Sorry, let me just drink my coffee. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know, man, I forgot about, I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh boy. Man, okay, I got distracted again. Hold up. Man, okay, where should I even start? I don't know where to start now that I think about it. I do kind of want to start with the feet. Mainly because that's where I think I have the least trouble with. I always start with the easiest part, because if you see here, this pose is a pain in the derrière to draw, so I don't really want to do any of that. So I'll draw the rest of the I'll draw the feet first, because that's the easiest, and I hate the feet the most, so yeah, I'm gonna need to do this, I guess. But yeah, actually, yeah, so when I look at like art or whatever, usually, and I mean usually, I have my phone next to me, so that I can look at references and zoom in a lot easier. But yeah, I don't know how big some other artists' their screen tablets are, because like yeah, because I remember like Rosary, she has like her references and everything else on the same screen. I'm like, what? How big is your thing? Because if I try to add anything more, or anything like what was it, or anything like extra besides like Clip Studio Paint itself, yeah, it's just a whole lot of pain. So yeah, so I'm not gonna do that. So I'm just gonna stick with this. So yeah. Also, I gotta ask Rosary how she sets up her things, because yeah, quite frankly, this is really suboptimal. I mean, she has like a nice little streaming setup and whatnot. She has like the borders and whatnot, and it's so much nicer compared to whatever crapshoot I have going on here. But yeah, did I just accidentally drawn something? I sure hope not, but yeah, okay, should be fine. But yeah, how do I draw this? Right, so I should draw whatever Bae's little sleeve blanket or foot sock, or I don't know her whatever was called, what her thingy was called. But yeah, it was just this weird thing. Hold up, I don't want that. I want the thin line art actually. Right, so I want this. Something more like, no, I'll start from the top because that seems a bit easier. So, right, so something more akin to this, right? Yeah, I think it should be about, because yeah, on the character sheet it was a bit lower compared to her knee, so I would say it's about here. And yeah, I honestly don't know how Bae's design works. It's just some very confusing stuff here and there. But yeah, maybe I actually should have kept that part. So if I do go over here, yeah, I think it should be about there. So yeah. Sorry, sometimes I need to actually check my own position to make sure that yeah, I mean, I use myself as a reference, but you see, I am not a girl, so that makes a lot of things harder when it comes to referencing and whatnot. So, yeah, it's just a pain when it comes to referencing, because I know a lot of artists, they take pictures of themselves to sort of have better references and whatnot, so yeah, the fact that I can't do that is sort of a pain. Yeah, I'm just gonna hide the instructions layer, like instructions for myself, rather. Yeah, I think it was around here, and it goes downwards. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it should be a bit more on the thicker side, so it should be around here. Oof, man. It should be here, and then it goes sort of downwards, like so. Right. Also, I realized I didn't say what I was drawing. I'm drawing Bae, but she is Hololive English's Hakos and Baelz, sitting on a dice. And so my current vision for it is that this is a completely white background, sort of like it's in the middle of the void sort of deal. And yeah, there's not going to be a floor, so it's more like she's floating in the middle of the void again. But yeah, this is who was Bae's was Bae's artist Mika Picasso? I think it was, right? I think she drew Bae. Yeah, I think Mika Picasso was the one who drew her. That makes a lot more sense. Yeah, I mean, I'm struggling with this, so clearly it's a product of Mika Picasso. I should probably close this in just a bit, because maybe it's too thick now that I think about it. Yeah, okay, I'll do about this. Perfect. And yeah, I'll actually, should I reduce? No, I won't reduce the opacity of the dice, because that seems like a waste of yeah, just not doing that. how does her sock thingy work? What is this? I'll just assume it's like a leg warmer, a calf warmer, maybe even. But yeah, it sort of goes into an 8. So it is a weird like 8 figure. What was that? Oh, I'm still in my cube layer, that's why. Okay. So should be, but that's from the side view, but I would expect it to be more of an 8 anywhere. So from the back it looks the exact same. Yeah, it's pretty much the exact same. Okay, so I think it's just gonna look like that no matter what. So yeah, this is gonna be a pain to sort of refine. Nope, that's too much. Yeah, I guess if someone want to be more of a gourd like shape, I guess. Yeah, probably shouldn't have too much. Yeah, something along these lines, I think. It's fine, we can always fix it later, I think. Probably. I'm not gonna fix it later. Yeah, it's a whole lot of commitment. Now I think about it, if I look at the navigator, it's actually really useful for telling dimensions and whatnot. I should probably make use of it a bit more, because usually when I'm zoomed in, I can't tell like how big something is in reference to some this and this. So having something to compare to is very useful. Hold up, I just drew over here, so I'll delete that. Well, I honestly don't know how far I should get for this. I mean, I'm obviously gonna work on it at night again, because that's usually my drawing period, I guess. That's usually when I have the most time for drawing and whatnot. But yeah, why did I keep on, stop that, okay. Sorry, I was just rotating my canvas for no reason. So if she is over here, so this sort of dips down, which is what I did. Here she has a more, I know this is not like the correct perspective, but honestly, no one will realize, except for people who watch this. Oh crap, I forgot to record a time lapse, so I'll do that right now. I forgot about it. Yeah, I should probably, so this goes down here. Yeah, I'm fine with it. Huh. Yeah, I should be fine with it having a sharper, sort of steeper, like sharper angle, like so. And then we could have something that's a bit more, yeah, sure. Something that's a bit more wavy over here. I don't know. I am not a pro artist. As you can see, I am more of a hobbyist, which is fine. Now that I think about it, if actually if her foot's downward, that means it slides a bit more downwards. So I imagine that it should cover a bit more of her shoe. Yeah, so it should be about like here, right? Yeah, I'll fix that afterwards, don't worry. I might need to redo that side. Right, so this sort of combines into one. Where is it? Right over here. What's really interesting is that, is that I'm actually not using like a standard pencil grip. I'm actually having the pencil in between my middle and index finger, and that's because, yeah, if I hold it the traditional way, it turns out my wrist starts hurting, and that is not good, I guess, for anyone. So yeah, I looked it up if there were any like better grips for a pencil and whatnot, for like grabbing a pencil or whatever. And turns out like the middle finger and index finger sort of grip is sort of better for wrist pain and whatnot. So I'm trying it, and so far nothing too bad has happened, which is great. I mean, I always hate when my wrist starts hurting and then I'm like, ah, crap. Well, that's sort of it for today. I guess I'm gonna take it slower. But yeah, it's that's just how it goes, I guess. So let me actually just see how the reference paints it. So it's not like it. Huh. All right. Well, I'll still do this, right? I'll still do. Should I do that? Yeah. Okay. So I'll do this sort of deal. So it goes a bit more upwards. Right, and then this bubbles more outwards. Oh, whoops. Yeah, sometimes I misclick, which is annoying, but yeah, right, so now this is causing it to go like that. And yeah, these two sort of combine near the center like that. Okay, yeah, it should be more or less like this, I think. And I'll just refine the lines a bit so then it doesn't stick out like a sore thumb. I know that a lot of like pro artists or whatever, they don't really refine their lines anymore. They're like, yep, this is what you're gonna get. And yeah, I mean, I'm still in that stage of accepting imperfections, because I mean, it's fine. Nothing is gonna be perfect, and that's fine, right? Yeah, at the end of the day, it's more the rendering that really makes an artwork look the way it is, right? I mean, line art doesn't really matter as much, but line art does give like a good planning stage for everything. I mean, you have a lot like yeah, I mean yeah, a lot of painter-esque styles, illustrators, they usually have like their lines are less refined, and that's because they set the boundaries, the borders for their artwork after they're done like painting or whatever. But for line art, you have to, do everything, and then yeah. I'd probably save a lot of time if I just went ahead with a thicker brush to begin with, but yeah, where's the fun in that? So usually what I do is that I have I start off with this thinner brush, which is just the standard Clip Studio Paint Real G pen at 2 points, which is not that much if you're familiar with like digital art and whatnot. So 2 points isn't that much. Yeah, and then I move on to and then like after I'm done all the line art and whatnot, I move on to 6 points. And yeah, once I'm done with and this 6 point like thicker brush is just meant to like highlight like the darker areas and whatnot, because it's really hard to show it's just hard in general to show line width or like line variation or line art variation rather with like a very thin brush, which is sort of my mistake. I should have known better than to do that. But yeah, if you look at a lot of artists' work with their like actual work, you can see how much like their artwork has of line variations, and these variations tend to make it a bit more like lively or more realistic. Well, not realistic, because I don't think like an illustration I mean, it depends on like what your goal is when you're illustrating, but a lot of like anime illustrators, their goal isn't to make like realistic artwork. Their goal is to make good looking artwork, at least to like their standard and whatnot. But yeah, to make it, I guess, more dynamic, I guess you could call it that. A good way to make it like that is just to yeah, have line art variation, right? Line width variation. But yeah, I'm still struggling with that a lot. I mean, generally it looks nice. It's just a bit more effort, but that's fine, right? I'm always fine with putting more effort into something as long as it, I mean, turns out better. A lot of the times, no, it doesn't turn out better because I'm still trying to learn and whatnot, and that's fine, right? It just gets annoying sometimes because I'm trying to improve, but then I'm like, oh crap, I can't do things at all, turns out. Oh crap, I'm drawing on the same layer. That's what I get for talking. There we go. I was wondering why that line was so pale. See, that's why I always like setting the opacity down for my sketch layers and whatnot, because then it allows me to know, oh, I'm drawing on the wrong layer. I should probably go ahead and fix that. But yeah, I'll ask different artists how they stream their art, because I don't know how to do that. Usually their interface is really clean and whatnot, or maybe that's just them. Or maybe they just figure out how to make it look cleaner and whatnot. I mean, I think Roastery has the best like sort of layout when it comes to filming, like streaming things. I don't watch that many artists honestly, but she has like the best layout in terms of like yeah, and just like how it looks, and you know, there's not too many like you don't see like the brush details, you don't see like the colors and whatnot, but you can also see like how she's rotating the canvas and whatnot. I mean, I have the navigator window up, but I don't think that it sort of suffices. It's sufficient, right? So who knows, honestly. Should I make this flat? I'm not even sure. Hold up. See, that's the disadvantage of, I mean, I use 3D models to make sure that, you know, my anatomy is sort of correct and whatnot, but a lot of the times the 3D model just looks really jank, like really jank, especially when it comes to like poses. A lot of the poses, they don't really end up all that like nice looking, so yeah. Sorry if I'm closer to the mic now, it's because I'm trying to look at my knee, and my knee is on a very weird angle right now. Not saying it's like broken or anything, but I'm trying to look at my knee, and I have no idea how this works. Man, see, that's why you have to take pictures for your references, even if it might seem a bit jank. But yeah, how does this work? Ooh. Alright, there we go. That did... I guess that technically helps me. Or maybe my knee is just weird. Maybe it's both. Maybe my knee is just jank as all hell. But yeah. Yeah, I was debating on where, like, how much line art I should add for sort of this, right? Because, yeah, I really don't know how much I should add. So, yeah, I'll just do like this. Maybe Bae has like killer calf muscles. You don't know that. But yeah. I just gotta clean up the line art a bit. This was not connected at all, so it's gonna be a problem when I use the fill tool. Yeah, I think that should be it. Let me look at that. Man, how do artists even draw this? I mean, I'm a big fan of Mika Picasso's art. Yeah, I mean, she's able to draw just, she understands her colors really well, especially with some of her illustrations. She has the halftones, where it just makes the illustration look really like pop graphic-y, or whatever you really want to call it. But it's a very nice look that, you know, I'm sort of annoyed that I didn't think about, like, doing until, like, I saw her illustrations. But yeah, that's how it goes. Yeah, I just gotta, I'll just, where is, when my mouse works, yeah, I'll just draw the flames for her sock thingy right now. Actually, no, I should draw her shoe, right? Yeah, I should probably draw her shoe. So her foot is pointing downwards at an angle. I hate drawing feet, so this is going to be a tough challenge. Alright. So the soles of her feet. What is that? Anyways, the soles of her feet should be around there. So it should be like here. I don't look at shoes enough, man. Okay, so her shoes are like heels, or like they're not like, they're like flat heels. Okay, so that helps me visualize it a bit. Right, so man, I hate drawing shoes. I'll lower the opacity of the cube a bit because it's sort of distracting me. How thick are soles? I have no idea how thick soles are, so I'm going to struggle a bit. I should probably draw. Yeah, I'll draw the shape of the body of the shoe first, and then I'll draw the soles later, because that makes more sense, I think. Don't ask me what I'm doing. I actually struggle a lot with art, so man, what is this shoe? Okay, so that's how it works. Sometimes the color variations are non-existent here, so it's kind of hard to see, but I just increased my phone brightness to the max so that I can see sort of every bit of detail, which is something that I do need for these two types of designs. So yeah. So to my knowledge, shoes don't actually, yeah, they're just sort of straight, right? Because if you see like the soles of your feet or whatnot, they have like this really wavy form, or whatever you want to call it, which is actually absent from most from shoes in general, I think, to some degree. At least on the outside. I'm not sure about the inside. I think maybe inside they have that sort of shape too. So, but I'm only drawing the outside of the shoe, so I don't have to be concerned with that. They're cutting grass outside, so that sucks, because this is annoying me. But, yeah, it is what it is. How should I do this? So, it goes back around, I think. I'm not sure. So obviously the toes of the boot will be slightly wider, so then your tootsies aren't like annoyed, I guess. But yeah, man, I hate drawing shoes. Shoes are the one thing. Actually, no, hold up. Shoes are like one of the things I hate the most. I hate a lot of things, and shoes are one of them. I mean, like in terms of craft. I mean in terms of drawing, not crap. But yeah, I hate drawing shoes. It's I definitely don't look at shoes enough, and I don't have enough shoes to have a good like reference for every sort of shoe that exists in the Hololive universe. So yeah, is this good? Let me look at the navigator. Let me hide a layer. Nope, let me hide another layer. My navigator's blocking it. Yeah, I think generally that should be good, question mark. Shouldn't be too bad. Oh crap, why did you do that? Alright, yeah, I'll just fix the line art right now, so yeah. And I'll reactivate back my sketch layer because, yeah. I shall do this. I'm still okay. Yeah, I need to make sure that I was drawing on the right layer, because if I wasn't drawing on the right layer, I would have been angry as all hell. Because, oh man, I hate drawing on the wrong layer. Sometimes I draw on the wrong layer, and I spent like an hour on it or like more, and then I look back on it, I'm like, oh crap, I'm going to cry a bit. Not just a bit, but quite a bit. Quite a lot, rather. Yeah, so that's the shape of her foot, let's just say. May has some really thick shoes, but that shouldn't be a problem, because who looks at shoes unless you're into that? I mean, I know, oh man, are feet people even a thing? Oh man, feet are like the least appealing body part. Why would you ever be into feet? Okay, there's a weird rabbit hole to fall into, but I'm not going to say anything. Oh wait, hold up, I thought my sketch layer was up. Oh, that's why. I hope I didn't draw on it too. Hold up. Okay, perfect. Yeah, okay. Good, it didn't bleed through. I was afraid I selected my sketch layer and didn't do anything, so yeah. This sort of wraps back around, so I do sort of want the sole to not show. Right, so this is what happens. So I assume that the heel basically starts off a bit more here, more or less. Are the soles connected? It doesn't seem like the soles are connected. So the illustration, I think... No, wait, the soles are connected. Okay, yeah, that makes more sense. I was like, wait, I've never seen, like, unconnected, like... unconnected, soles before. Oh, hello, how's it going? I'm doing good. How are you doing? Yeah, I'm just drawing stuff. Yeah, you probably heard me like awkwardly talking to myself and whatnot. Okay, nice. Yeah, you can watch me struggle with art and whatnot. Alright, well, yeah, I mean, man, usually I'm more accustomed to talking to myself, so, yeah, just chilling and drawing Bae from Hololive because, why not? Yeah, I mean, okay, so I'm using Clip Studio Paint. I'm using the Microsoft version. I'm not sure if Apple has one now that I think about it. So yeah, I mean, recently they changed to like a subscription based thing. I was like, nah, I'm just gonna buy the one-time use thing and be done with it. But yeah, I think I'll draw the laces, so that's easier. Does it have modeler? You mean like the 3D, the 3D models? Yeah, it does. So I'm not sure how I can show it. Hold up. So yeah, I'll close everything, and yeah, usually if you have some stuff on this side, you can pull up some 3D models. So for example, you can have different poses as well. I'm not sure how much I can pull that through. So you can like pull in models like that's a lot of white. What is going on over there? Hold up. Right, so you can pull up poses like that. I only do it for making sure that I have the right anatomy and whatnot. Other than that, I don't really use it all that much, but yeah. Hold up, I'll pop my layers back up. Yeah, so it has a 3D thing that you can sort of change around the poses as well. It's kind of a pain, but yeah, if you get used to it, then it shouldn't be too bad. Actually, if you're curious about it, I guess go and show it some more. I'm procrastinating doing my art anyways, so I might as well. There's a girl, there's like a female body type too, if you're curious about that. But yeah, generally, okay, so it doesn't show that, which is sort of annoying. But yeah, so you can actually change the, I don't know why it changes to a all white screen when it does that, but you can sort of change the body positions. Yeah, sorry about that. I don't know why it changes to an all white for some reason. But yeah, you can sort of change the positions and whatnot. So yeah, it's yeah, they also recently improved it. They added like different head shapes and different different like I forgot what to call it, different stuff. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of I mean, that's the fun with art programs, I guess. Like every sort of company has their own thing, but it's different enough that, you know, you can have fun playing around with it. I used to use Krita, so oh, okay. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, so I used to use Krita. I'm not sure how much they updated that, but yeah, that's a free program that works really well as well. So if yeah, if you don't want to invest money into it just yet, you can go ahead and look at Krita. It's Krita. But yeah, usually I just like using Clip Studio Paint because yeah, that's where the that's like the quote unquote industry standard is. So yeah, I mean, it's either Clip Studio Paint or Photoshop. Some people like to use like Procreate or Ibis Paint X. Yeah, I mean, to each their own. But yeah, if you find something that if you find like an art program you want to use, you might as well just stick with it, right? So yeah. I should probably type them all down in chat, so then you can search them up and look at it. So yeah. Studio Paint over here. Clip Studio Paint. What was it? X, and then there's also what was it? Right, Photoshop is also a thing. So yeah, you can go ahead and look at those. Have you done anything like art request or suggestion in the past? Not really. I mean, if I was better or if I was like more effective with my time as like an artist and whatnot, then I would. But yeah, generally I don't think that I would take requests and whatnot because yeah, I mean, I want to concentrate on sort of creating my own things for now and sort of improve them as before I jump into that sort of thing. So yeah, I'm not really doing that right now. Sorry. um, yeah, that's hard. That's a hard perspective to sort of do. Huh. That's way too close. No, the bands are usually thicker over there. So, huh. Right, so I want thicker bands on the side over here. Like so. Yep, but yeah, you can I guess you can listen to me ramble about my own art and whatnot in the meantime. But yeah, I'm not sure which artist would be open to taking requests and whatnot nowadays. I mean, yeah, you can. I guess that you're just surfing around to see if anyone would be down to take requests, but yeah, I'm not sure who would be down to do that. I mean, I guess most big artists would be drawing their own things, so I'm actually not sure. It's a very circumstantial thing, I guess, depending from artist to artist. Some people, they want to, maybe they want to challenge themselves during that day, so it's really more of a yeah, you're really trying to look at sort of the right time, depending on whether you want to look at whether you want to do like sort of requests and whatnot. So yeah, generally, yeah, I don't have confidence enough to sort of do requests and whatnot. It's yeah, it's definitely a confidence thing, I think, because yeah, it's you always have to have that, you always have to trust in your own skills before you're like, yeah, I think I can help this person, fulfill their request and whatnot. But unfortunately, I don't have that sort of skill for that as of now. I definitely don't have enough time to, practice art more and whatnot. It's sort of a shame because, yeah, I mean, I do want to invest more time into doing this sort of thing, but at the same time, it's time consuming, so it's, I can only finish one thing every week, and yeah, I just wish, and that's the main reason why I sort of want to switch to a more painterly-esque style. So yeah, if you're not familiar with the more painter style, if you look up dino_illus, so ILLUS on Twitter, you can see like a more painterly style. There's still illustrations, but that should be a more painter-esque style. They finish illustrations really fast, and that's because they're not really concerned with line art and all that stuff. But yeah, they still have like a certain quality to them, and yeah, it's quality with speed, and it's sort of something that I want to adapt because of how quick and effective it is. But it's also something that you need to have confidence in doing because yeah, the painter-esque style is something that you have to improv along the way, and I definitely don't have the skills to improv as I go. So yeah, I'm definitely hoping to sort of do my own thing as I go on. So yeah, man, these how does that work? Okay, so it's more or less like this, I think. Nothing too sharp. I might have goof. No, the laces should be fine. So if I look at, I'm actually not sure how the straps of her shoe go. They're not that short. Okay, well, you know, I'm never sure about how. You know, I should really learn how to simplify designs. I think that is a step that sort of makes artists. Yeah, so if you look at some artists, I don't remember who, but some artists, they have a focus area. So depending on the illustration, they have like a focus area. So sometimes it's the face, sometimes it's like, I don't want to say it, but sometimes it's like, yeah, mostly it's the face, but sometimes it's like the back or whatnot, like a nice like back view of the illustration and whatnot. Yeah, depending on the focus area, they have a detail, right? They have more details in that area, and then as you sort of deviate away from that area, you sort of lose the amount of details, so then it starts becoming more rough and whatnot. So as you look closer to the center of attention, you get more details, which is a really cool thing, and it probably helps them save a lot of time when it comes to illustration work. So yeah, I do sort of want to adopt that philosophy, and I do sort of want to learn to simplify designs a bit. But unfortunately, my main flaw right now is getting caught up in all these little details and trying to, basically trying to line art everything, which really slows me down sometimes. Yeah, I mean, generally it shouldn't. Like, generally, I don't even think I should be concerned with the length of the strap and whatnot, but I am. So it's I mean, I guess I should be concerned with the length of the strap. It's not really like that big of a deal though, so I should so here there is a gold buckle around these parts. It's a bit up from here, so it's more or less around here, I think. Okay, so it's more or less over here, and right under, it's not really right underneath, but it sort of goes below it, or it kind of overlaps over it, but around like here is where the center layer of the shoe is. So I'll need to keep that in mind. So the buckle around here. Actually, now that I think about it, I should probably. Yeah, okay, never mind. I'll get rid of this line, and I'll have I'll have all the borders of the buckle over here first, and then I'll do. So this is more of a long buckle, so I'll keep that in mind when I draw everything else, like so. And yeah, I think I should be set for drawing everything else. So this should be more or less straight, I think, because it's metal, it shouldn't bend. So I'll keep that in mind. So while this part is bent, this part should be straight. So yeah, there we go. I'll round off the edges so then it doesn't look like it's too sharp, like so. What else? Alright, so I'll round off this edge here. I should probably do that for this one as well. Man, I should probably look at how to stream art because I don't know how that works in the slightest. I gotta look at Rosary's little art thing, her art streams, just to make sure that yeah, I know what I'm doing, because I clearly don't know what I'm doing, honestly. So yeah, I'm just having a swell time just drawing. I'm really glad that her other foot is hidden behind her thigh, because I would have lost it if I need to draw another boot. But yeah, yeah, okay. Is the dimension appropriate? Let me zoom out. Yeah, it should be fine now that I look at it. Yeah, okay, should be fine. Yeah, perfect. And now let me draw the mouse. Do I really have to draw the mouse? Wait, hold up. Okay, so the center of the canvas isn't necessarily her feet, I think. Right, because if her feet were in the center of the canvas, then I would want to draw her feet with a few more details. But because it's not, then I don't really need to worry too much about it. Because again, I'm trying to simplify everything and save a bit of time. So I'll need to keep that in mind. The question is how do I draw this rat badge? So it's a chunky boy. So if he starts off over here, right? I think. No, this is not round enough. So if I do this, right? I think. Yeah, okay. So he starts off like this, and the ears are, yeah. So the ears don't necessarily. The ears are sort of halfway through this strap. I don't know why I'm circling it with my pen. It's not like you can see it, but yeah, you can sort of see my. So it's sort of chubby like this, right? Like that. All right. Like so. Right, and then you want a ear, like so. Maybe a bit too big. Maybe his ears are too big. Like so, I think. Yeah, okay, more or less like this, I think. And then they're more diagonal, so they go diagonal across to here, like so, and then they just sort of, I'm not sure if they join a bit like that. I'm not sure. So on her character sheet, she drew it round, more or less, but here on the official design, it's sort of round. So on her character sheet, this was flat. On her model, it's round. So I'll draw it as round, like so. And yeah, I mean, it's not like anyone's gonna look at like the size of the ears unless it's too noticeable, so I'll keep that in mind. I'll get rid of the dice because that's distracting me, like so. Alright, I'll just clear out this over here, this rubble over here, and like so. So I actually hopped on Rimurin's, I'm not sure how to pronounce her name, but her stream yesterday, yeah, she finally streamed for the first time, and yeah, she was using, she was using Procreate, which was definitely a different program that I was used to. But she had this eraser tool where, she just brushed over like any like excess lines and would sort of delete them, which I'm wondering if Clip Studio Paint has something like that. I think, maybe? Nope, it does not. Okay. Huh. So it has a... It does have a... I assume that was the vector eraser. I'm definitely on a vector layer right now, so I'll look into that. But yeah, this might help me a lot. I've just been using like the standard eraser, and it's not bad, but yeah, should I do this? Yeah, sure, I might as well just, but that is not what you want to see, like so. Right, so nothing too insane, I think, detail-wise, right? It's just ears. Man, that's a chubby lad. I should fix that. See, this is why it takes so long for every sort of illustration. It's, yeah, everything is just, I try and focus too much on the little details, the details that don't really matter, and that's why my illustrations get dragged on to eternity. It's because I never finish them, because I'm always too concerned with random garbage, and yeah, I just never really do any of them. But yeah, right, so that's her shoe, I think. The rat is a bit tilted, so I should probably fix that. Yeah, so I'll do this, right? This was definitely my own mistake. Yeah, so I'll just give it a quick fix. It's nothing too bad, so yeah. There we go. Disconnect it from everything else, and then I will, yeah, just rotate it around, because why not? There we go. Maybe more of a rotation. There we go. Okay, so this should be fine. This should be according to the character sheet. So, the dimensions might be a bit off now, but it should be fine otherwise. So we did this. Yeah, okay. Nothing off about it, I think. Man, it's just a rat on his it's just a rat badge on a shoe. It's not like it's a major detail, so I don't know why I'm spending so much time on it. That should be fine, I think. And yeah, I'm mainly just looking at what's it called? I'm mainly just looking at just random crap, I guess. So it should start off a bit here, right? And then it goes off to sort of the center of it, so it's more or less like here, I think. Right, so it's more or less here. I know that it really shouldn't matter. I mean, it's art, right? It's a depiction of reality. It's your interpretation of how certain things should be depicted as, but yeah, you know, I do kind of like my I do sort of like my what is it called? Accuracy, I guess. What was that? I don't know why I suddenly switched to gray. That was weird. Like so. There we go. Okay. Yeah, sure. Might as well. It's fine. There we go. The rat was sort of in the middle of its ears, but I'll set it off a bit more, just so that it's more or less aligned with the previous one, like so. There we go. That should be more or less correct. I say more or less because it's never gonna be correct. Let's be honest. It's not bad. It doesn't look bad. What if I get rid of the sketch? Okay. How is it? Okay, I'll take it. You know what? I'll take it. Yeah. I definitely see why they call her a 13-year-old now. Because it definitely seems like something a 13-year-old would wear. Her soles go over there, so I guess I want my soles to sort of be thicker, because yeah, she needs the extra height boost, like so. Yeah, okay, it looks decent enough. It starts to disappear off over here, so I'll take that into account, and I will nope. I'll actually do this. Okay, perfect. And then I'll do that. Oh, why did my undo button not hit the spot? Okay, there we go. There we go. That should be fine. There is a slight dip into the soles before the back of the sole, so I'll need to put that in. I'll put it less prominent than before, just because. Yeah, just because it's not all the way a side view. It's more of a something like it's like not even a side view, it's like a 45-degree angle, maybe. I don't know why I said 45-degree. It's definitely something that is yeah, I don't know, but yeah, you probably shouldn't see the dip to its fullest, so I'll just do something like this, right? So it's definitely something that curves around, sort of like this, right? Curves around, and then it goes off to the dip again, like so. All right, I don't know why my Clip Studio Paint was just being weird for some reason, but yeah. So this is where it would disappear off to. So I'll do sort of this, like so. I think, maybe, possibly. I'll need to look and review, as I always do with everything. Alright. Also, this is the easiest part. This is the easiest part of this illustration, because I mean, it's just the feet. There's not really any perspective to take into account yet, so this is the easiest part before I need to rush to do the other parts, the other much more painful parts. So let me just hide the sketch layer. Yeah, looks fine. Okay, perfect. Okay, I'm decently surprised by how this turned out, so I'll take it. Why is the, hold up, was it always this thick? Yeah, okay, it was always this thick, huh? I never realized how thick the two point brush size would be, so I'm decently amazed by that. It's kind of jank, so I kind of want to get rid of it. So this does sort of vanish to the back. It's a back view, so you probably shouldn't see that. even though I know the back is over there, but I do sort of want to take that into more or less account, so I do want to circle it back a bit. Not sure how to do this, but yeah, I'll take this for now, I think. Nope, I want to do that. I want to undo that. Alright. Something like this, right? Something along these lines, I think. Yeah, I'll take this. I think that should be fine. Probably question mark. But yeah, I'll draw the flame patterns. Or should I draw them later? I might draw them without line art. I know I'm making Minecraft villager noises. Probably should stop. Right, if I want to draw the... So I do have to take... No, I'll draw them later because they take into account the bend of this. Actually, I'll put that on the sketch layer. So if I do a sketch layer over here, so that I could preemptively try to sort of draw the flame pattern with line art. So that's going to be easier. Alright, so I want this to sort of cave in as well. Generally, there's not really... I guess this is like a double sort of deal, so it's more or less like... Yeah, it's sort of more or less like this, right? So I want to take that into account. And, yeah. I think other than that, yeah, I can draw it, I guess, maybe, possibly. Yeah, okay. I don't think I need to draw the lines of this. Yeah, sure, I'll get rid of the instructions because the blue is bothering me. If I do this, right? Is this right? Yeah, sure, it's good enough. This goes downwards, this dips downwards. Her flames are pretty angular. They're not angular, but some of the, when it dips down, it's definitely on the sharper edge, and when the flames are there, then it sort of becomes a bit more wavy. So I do want to take that into account. If I go over here, then it sort of bends over here, right? So, right, so this goes over here, and this sort of, yeah, so, yeah, I'll just draw that since it's easier for line art purposes and whatnot. So if it bends over, then it actually goes up to the top, like so, which means now I can draw the flame like so, and then it actually cuts a bit more upwards, like so, right? Like so. And then if it dips back down like that, this actually goes over here like this, right? And then you sort of want it to, right, rise up like that. Okay, I think that's the general gist of it, except that there's another bend on the other side which complicates things just a bit. But yeah, I'll take my time with it, even though I just know I said like, oh yeah, I'm not gonna take my time with it. So it sort of becomes normal over here, because it's outside of the bend, or it's where the bend just sort of disappears to some degree. And here, the other flame meets this bend, which means that it now sort of distorts back to this, right? Like so. Right, so I'll do this. So now, that's a big distortion, so I'll keep that in mind, like so. There we go. No. There we go. Okay. I'm happy with it. Dang it, sometimes the scroll, or like the move button doesn't really work, so. Yep. Okay, yeah, sure, I'll take it. And now I just gotta draw the white border around of the flames. Or is this the white border? I do kind of want this to be the white border. Actually, no, make this the teal flames, just because I don't want the... Just because I want the white borders to be a bit further away. So I'll keep that in mind. So the teal borders, so the white borders are kind of thick, so I do want them to be on the thicker side. So I sort of want them to do this, and then do that. Okay, there we go. Like so. Okay, perfect. I'm just afraid that'll sort of overlap on one onto another, which is annoying. But I'll make sure that that doesn't really happen. Like so. Right, okay. I think the white border should be thick enough like this. And then I can move on to this edge over here. Yeah, sure, I'll put it over here. Even though I think my white border is getting smaller and smaller. So I should, yeah, I should expand it just a bit more over here. Alright. Like so. Alright. And then I'll do this. Okay, perfect. This is sort of annoying because now I need to expand the fold a bit, but that should be fine. Go to the dip like so. Like so. Okay, perfect. And then I'll do this. That's a bit shaky, so I'm not happy with it. Alright, there we go. No, I'm not happy. Damn. Man. Usually you only see like the 15-second time lapse of everything, so you don't really see all the undos. But if you look at like a full time lapse, you can see all the undo buttons, all the undos. So for like a couple of seconds, you don't really see like any progress with the illustration, unless you focus on one area and then you notice, oh, he's undoing like the same line like 20 times until he gets it right. So that's definitely a problem to some degree. So yeah, yeah, I'll do this, and then I'll do this. Nope, too fat, too chunky. Why you do this, man? Okay, so wait, so that's, hold up. I'm getting bamboozled by my own things, because that's a huge... What the frick? Okay, I get it. Okay, I get it. I got so bamboozled, I was like, hold up, that doesn't seem right. So it's like this. Okay, yeah, makes sense. Alright, like so. There we go. Alright, that seems about right, actually. So, yeah, I'll keep that there, like this. Alright. And then another white border around there. Yeah, okay. This curve. I definitely put too much of a fold over here, which is why it deviates so much. Which isn't the best, but I can live with it. Again, the legs aren't the main focus, so I'm coping a lot. But it probably shouldn't be too much of a problem if I do this, right? No, it's not bendy enough in my opinion. There we go, okay. Perfect. There we go. Alright. That should be fine for the flames. They're a bit jank now that I think about it. And don't extend enough to the red part, but I think that's fine. I think. Again, I'm coping a whole lot. I'll go dip downwards for this one. Yeah, for this one, I'll go up top like so. Yeah. Okay. That should be it for this leg. I think. I was saying I think because, again, I'm not sure. On the navigator, it seems good enough. So, I assume it's good. It's, yeah, the proportions aren't too jank, so I'll take it. I'll actually pop the cube back up because I do need it for her thigh. I mean, obviously she's sitting on top of a flat surface, so her thigh should squish out a bit. Alright, sorry about that. I just have to finish this. That's one leg down. Right, so what was I saying? Right. So her thigh is sitting against something, so naturally be squished out. I'm not sure if you can see it from this angle now that I think about it. You probably can't see it from this angle, so I don't have to worry about it, I think. Yeah, I won't worry about it until I have to. So, how does a skirt look if you're sitting on top of it? I definitely don't have enough experience with this to know, so yeah, so if I want to draw a skirt, definitely goes up like so, right? Because if I remember correctly, so if she's sitting like this, that means her skirt is all the way over there, and I sort of want to have it like pinned against her body and her thigh, which means that I need this to sort of be more scrunched up, and then gradually it flows off. So that seems like the plan of action for that. If I want to, if I want this to happen, like so. Alright, there we go. Not like this, right? Not like this. This should be more or less straight, I think. Alright, because it already curves around her thigh. Was it left? Yeah, her left thigh, I think. Yeah. So this is more or less straight because it just came off of that. And then this circles back, like so. Alright, perfect. And that's great, I think. Yeah, okay. That should be good enough. It's the same color, so I don't have to worry about that, I think. Yeah, okay. Right, so I assume that the skirt sort of goes up to here, about there, I think, yeah, okay, because Mika Picasso's art says that it's about there, so I'll also put it about there. But yeah, so there seems to be an elastic part over there, so that's what is flush against her skin, I guess. Not really flush, it's actually sort of off a bit, right? Because it's, again, it has dimension, it has a weight to it, sort of. So this is going to be sort of out from her waist, I guess. So this is going to be, yeah, how it goes, like so. So if I want this to happen, alright, so that's the elastic part, which means the rest of the skirt is either scrunched up behind her or she's sitting on top of it. I would be more inclined to say that she's sitting on top of it, because I don't want to draw a scrunched up skirt show. I don't know what that was, but right, so she's sitting behind it, on top of it rather. So if this goes down a bit, and so this is sort of like, it sort of scrunches up here, right? And then it goes down with the rest of her whatever you want to call it, thingamajig, her derrière. Like so. Yeah, I think that's a good part to be, I think. Wait, is that a different color? Hold up. Oh, no. Okay, so it looks like a different color because I reduced the cube's opacity, which is why it looked kind of jank. Yeah, I should have seen that coming, but I didn't, so too bad for me. How does it look on the navigator? Let me check. ¿Qué pasa? And there we go. I feel like I do sort of want to make it longer. So it just means that this part is sort of going to be a bit more forward. So yeah, I think I'll do that now that I think about it. Where's details? There it is. Right, so I do sort of want this to be less short, I guess. Like so, right? Yeah, okay, that seems good enough for me, I think. There. Oh, I think. Yeah. Okay. And then the skirt is broken up into different sort of fragments. But yeah. So this is a different sort of round off, like so. Actually, this is more or less scrunched up, I think. So I sort of want to depict that to some degree. So it's this, right? No, this is fine. It's more like the skirt that's scrunched up, so I want to sort of take notice of that. Yeah, there's not really much else that I can say about it. But yeah, thanks for hanging out with me. I think that's about it. But yeah, thanks for hanging out with me, and see you guys next time, I guess, or whenever that may be. I might do a voiceless stream, just illustrating and whatnot, just because. But yeah, see you guys then, I guess. Oh boy.